The balance category is a great category for entrants who want to take up tightrope walking, or who just want to not fall over when they stand on one leg, or maybe they want to do a handstand. And the winner, trained by Blair Bowman, is Stephanie Pohl. Stephanie went from kneeling for just 8 seconds on a Swiss ball to being able to do it for 46 seconds. And she did this while throwing and catching a weighted ball at the same time. Stephanie also performed upper body balancing tests, putting her whole body weight through her arms as seen in the crow's pose. At the start of the challenge, she couldn't get herself off the ground, and by the end of the challenge, she could hold this for 10 seconds. In order to do these balancing exercises well, Stephanie also had to do a lot of work on her flexibility, and she made massive improvements in that area, qualifying as a finalist in that category as well this year. This category was for entrants who had a health and fitness goal not covered by one of our other 25 categories. It might, for example, have included a goal around improving their agility on the sports field, or the speed at which they could throw a cricket ball, coping with mental health issues, overcoming addiction, improving their blood pressure, cholesterol levels, or confidence. You name it, we'll take it. And the winner, trained by Chantel Lindsay, is Kate Rule-Munro. Kate's goal was to no longer feel fragile and to increase her mental well-being. By all accounts, Kate bravely stepped up to do this challenge and says that by being able to share her story with her teammates, friends and trainers, she was able to celebrate the small wins in her world that in the past she would have been too embarrassed to share and which would have held her back. While I don't feel it's appropriate to share all her details, we can give you a little bit of an insight into her journey. Kate told us, "I started this challenge feeling incredibly anxious and stressed every time I left the house. I wasn't being the mother, wife, friend I wanted to be. I had been diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2005 when I was 25 years old. In 2016, Kate had to undergo major and painful surgery, which she's been recovering from ever since. It stopped her ability to do not just physical exercise, but to do many of the normal day-to-day activities. The repercussions took their toll, and at the start of this challenge, she admits the Crohn's was controlling her life. But she praises her partner, children, extended family, and the understanding 20-week challenge team members for their support. She wrote appreciatively about her personal trainer, Chantel's efforts, as well as those of her good friend and fellow entrant, Jules Shaw. Kate kept a detailed journal the whole way, which she said helped enormously in freeing up her headspace, and says it gave me time to process everything, and said that she rapidly felt an improvement in her anxiety levels from doing that alone. She told us, "My soul now feels happy, and my body physique reflects that. I feel like a new person who is out there doing it and living life with a real genuine smile." Kate made finalist in the abs category this year, and she did all the team challenges and the 4x4 challenge, and she did a stellar effort in the early starters challenge as well. She talks proudly now of being able to do the simplest things, from getting a lid off a jar to carrying the firewood in, and says, "I'm able to be a more patient, fun mother, wife and friend. This challenge has greatly improved my life." This category was for entrants who wanted to get going early on their health and fitness journey. Essentially, it allowed entrants to start on their goals anytime from mid-February onwards, and then to submit to us the details about what they achieved in that pre-challenge period before the official start date in May. In essence, it was a challenge before the challenge. And the winner, trained by Zoe Bailey, is Lisa Boren, or as she's commonly known, Charlie. Charlie told us that at the kickoff of the Early Starters Challenge, she could only do full push-ups to the height of a 19 centimetre high step, not to the floor. And by the start of the challenge, she could do 8 full press-ups with correct form on hands and toes. right to the floor. By the end of the challenge, she could do a full 27 of them. In February, she tells us, I was only able to do stage 1 of the 8-stage core test. By May 2nd, I was at stage 5. By the end of the challenge, she was at stage 8. She told us that she initially weighed 90.9 kilograms, but by the start of the official challenge was 87.1. And by the end of the official challenge, she had lost another 11 kilograms. She told us the early starters challenge got her motivated for the 20-week challenge. It's fair to say Charlie had awesome improvements all round, both in the pre-challenge challenge and during the official one. She was an active member of her team, Ladies Who Lunge, and from what we could see, always took up her personal trainer's weekly challenges, whether it was getting dressed up to do squats or planks in weird places. Every photo we saw of her, she was smiling. Congratulations.
Predominantly was to lose weight, and I wanted to do that through strength and the abdominal category, and I have done that, and I'm very pleased with the results I've achieved.
What's been the highlight of the challenge for you?
Probably the highlight of the challenge was the fitness testing, actually, and the before and after photos. That really, I didn't realise how far I had come or what I had actually achieved until I saw those results and saw those photos.
Yeah, they were absolutely awesome. Okay, and your biggest hurdle along the way?
Probably just fitting in healthy exercising, well, healthy eating and exercising around being a mum and working and doing shift work, really, because it's the shift work is quite tiring, and you just want to reach for like something not so great to eat and not like just too tired to get to the gym, and so just really staying motivated to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You've done fantastic, and I'm really, really proud of you. Well done.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Zoe, and thanks for all your help over the 20 weeks and the challenge. I really appreciate it.
No worries at all. Thanks, Charlie.
This category was created specifically to help people avoid what is often a downward spiral caused by pain, limited movement, and lowering energy levels that can affect every facet of a person's life after an injury or illness. Many people who are injured or ill are too scared to incorporate a fitness regime for fear it will get worse if they do. This year, 48% of our entrants came into the health challenge with an injury or an illness. And of those, almost 82% of them improved, a fantastic and hopefully very reassuring result for many others. So first up, well done to all of you entrants for stepping up and over the start line to enter this challenge, and the professionals around you who helped you move forward on it. And the winner, trained by Lisa Edwards, is Debbie Heath. Debbie started the challenge with an injured shoulder that she couldn't lift above her head, but with the help of her trainer and other professionals, she now has a good range of mobility. She also had improvements to both her balance and her cardiovascular fitness and her flexibility. She told us, "I've had a brain tumour for 17 years and it has weakened the left side of my body, which means that sometimes my left foot would catch when I was walking, or I might fall over on my left side. So I really wanted to improve my balance and strength in my left leg." Debbie has had chemo and brain surgery, all of which has taken its toll on her, and the 20-week challenge was her first step back into getting healthy and fit. "There's been a significant improvement for me in my life, and I haven't fallen since I started training," she said. "Even though I only managed about half of the challenge, I still feel fitter." Now, the reason she only got through half is because she had severe gastro issues, and Debbie actually wrote to us saying she was struggling to do those 3 solo challenges that we set out, and asked if she should pull out. We advised her to follow her health professional's advice on this, but to know there's a lot to be said for just crossing the finish line and doing what you can. So we were very chuffed to see her report come in at the end, in which she wrote, "I never gave up even when I felt so terrible and thought I had no other option. I can now walk further and faster and generally have more energy." She said, "The challenge has been perfect for me. I'm now in a regular exercise routine and I'm going to do another 8-week challenge starting in October. I am so proud of myself for the changes I have made. Each year we offer up 3 optional solo challenges for all the entrants to have a shot at. The first of these is the 4x4, which challenges entrants to try 4 new foods and 4 new activities in the month of June. The aim of the challenge is to help entrants exercise their muscles in new ways, both physically and mentally. It challenges our change muscles, and as a fringe benefit, we hope people end up finding a new activity that they love. All in all, like the name says, the 4x4 challenge helps set entrants up for a go anywhere, do anything, all-terrain approach to life. What we also like about this one is that it gets harder and harder for the return entrants to find new stuff to do. This year's entrants tackled boxing, Latin dancing, climbing, ice skating, archery, horse riding, a high ropes course, yoga, meditation, orienteering, caving, and a whole bunch of other stuff. The Try July is the second solo challenge, and it required entrants to do an Ironman. That is 3.86 kilometres of swimming, a 180.25 kilometre cycle, and a 42.2 kilometre walk or run, and it's all got to be done in just 1 month. So many entrants tell us something along the lines of, I never thought I would be able to do this. It was the highlight achievement for me. The Try July is as much about the benefits of doing small amounts of regular exercise often to reach a big and awesome goal, as it is about stepping up and following through, conquering the barriers around not owning a bike or not wanting to don your bathers to get into a swimming pool, let alone living near a swimming pool or maybe even being able to swim. So special thanks go to the amazing adventurous lady Laura Joyce, an entrant who instigated this idea many years ago when she was a 20-week challenge. It continues to be a highlight of our 20-week challenge. The third solo challenge is the sprint to the finish, and one of the aims of the sprint is to help entrants stay motivated and active in the final leg of the journey. But it's also about learning that activities can be in bite-sized chunks. The focus is on consistency. So the sprint required entrants to do a total of just 15 minutes of activity a day, but on 28 days in the month of August. They also had to revisit their nutrition and set about making a healthy food gift for someone else this year, which I think included muesli, kombucha, yogurt, sauerkraut, and oat milk. So this year's winner, they did all 3 challenges. Each year she comes up with a theme for her 4x4 challenges, which last year was a Going Wild theme, and it saw her catching and eating eels and eating chocolate-coated crickets. This year her theme was purple, and it saw her and her family eating purple carrots, purple broccoli, purple corn chips, some turmeric paleo bread. So her trainer's name is Wendy Hughes and her name is Cheryl Dunnick. As a 5th year entrant, the solo challenge gets harder and harder, but Cheryl still managed to find 4 new activities, which in her case it was a Shakti mat class, Reformer Pilates, Tai Chi and meditation. A previous winner of the overall entrant category, Cheryl told us, as a returning challenger of 5 years, I find myself thinking about not just the categories I entered, but how this challenge has made a difference for the way I view myself and life in general. This year I've had even more challenges at work and have taken on more responsibility. The 20-week challenge has kept me grounded and enabled me to focus on my well-being. My exercise routine was entrenched, and this year I focus more on entrenching stress management strategies into my routines. And focusing on my flexibility meant that I needed to think about my breathing, how calm I was, and to consider how stretchy I was in all areas of my life. As I look back on the challenges I have now completed, I know that the life I have now is pretty good. Daily meditation and mindfulness has played a huge part in this, and I've introduced this to my class as well. I'm still a work in progress and will continue to develop my knowledge and understanding in this area.